What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Happy Monday to everybody. Starting off the week hot with a Claw of Ahamkara build for our Solar 3.0 Warlock, snapping everywhere, creating that scorch, spreading those explosions. It is a super fun build to take into our PvE realm. So starting off here, we're going to go over our super ability aspects and fragments, going with that Daybreak to throw around our Dawn Blade, creating that scorch and those nice little boom booms. Now for our abilities, we're going our Healing Rift to stay alive, Balance Glide because I think it is the best for PvE. Then we got our Snap, which is going to be super important with those gnarly exotic arms that we have, and then our Solar Grenade that has that little extra oomph and spreads scorch because of our aspect that we have. Now we're going to go with Icarus Dash. Just love using this inside the PvE realm to get away really fast in this game. Super nice. Followed by Touch of Flame with those solar grenades, having those blobs of lava emit, and they last a little bit longer, which is nice for spreading that scorch with this build. Now for our fragments here, we're going to have Ember of Torches, so our melee attacks make us and our nearby allies radiant. Super nice for that extra little bit of damage on our weapons. Followed by Ember of Searing. Defeating Scorched grants melee energy, which is going to be super nice for this build because everything we have on is going to help us create that scorch. Now right here we have Ember of Char. Our solar ignition spreads scorch to the affected area. Just another way for us to spread that scorch, in turn giving us our melee back. And with the double charges because of Claws of Ahamkara, going to be super nice to just spam that snap everywhere. And then finally we have Ember of Benevolence. So applying that Restoration Cure or Radiant to allies increases our grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration for a short time. So this is super nice for getting everything back that we have in this build, which allows us to in turn get those 2 melee charges back super fast, spreading that scorch, being that snap king that we are with this Dawn Blade build here. Now for the weapons, super pumped about this one. Just got it, has Demolition and Wellspring on it with a decent amount of perks. So Wellspring is going to give us ability energy on defeats, which is super nice to spam our snap even more. And then Demolitionist, so defeats are going to give us specifically grenade energy for this, which is super nice. And it's going to reload on our grenade throws. So it's a very good synergy that we have with this weapon and build. Now pairing that with an exotic, we're going to go with Polaris Lance. So when we get those precision hits, we get that explosive round. So when it explodes, it's just a nice way to have that solar ignition and explosions kind of happening all at once. It's a very fun exotic to use, especially with this Solar 3.0 meta. Finally, we have our fixed odds. Still looking for my last red border one this season. Absolutely gnarly, I haven't got it, but nice that I have a normal one with incandescent, which will help us spread that scorch, in turn giving us our melee back. Now, as you can see on the right here, we do have our triple 100s in resilience, recovery, and then strength, so we can have that snapback super fast. Now for our mods that we have on our armor here, we have Hands On, so we gain super energy on melee defeats. So it's going to be able to spam our super because we're going to have our snap basically infinitely with this build. On top of that, we have Harmonic Siphon, so final blows with both our fixed odds and our Polaris Lance will help us to create orbs of power, in turn allowing us to use Dawn Blade a little bit more. And then Seeking Wells, so all the solar elemental wells that we will be creating are going to track to us instead of us having to go and get them. Now there obviously is a little distance, they're not going to track from all the way across the map, but it does have a decent radius that they come to us. Now for for the Claws of Ahamkara, nothing special with the perks besides additional melee charge. Now, having that extra charge is going to help us a lot in all seriousness. Just spam our snaps like no one's business because of how we have it built out, being able to just charge up that melee energy super fast with the Scorch enemy defeats, as well as some of our armor mods that we have on here. So we're going to have elemental charge. When we pick up those elemental wells, we're going to become charged with light, as well as focusing strikes. So we're going to be able to throw our rift down even faster with damaging with that melee attack. Since we have 2 charges, we get our class ability back with 2 stacks of that on these arms here. On our chest piece, we're going to have solar and void resistance to help us stay alive, as well as that high energy fire, which we will get and use on our weapons via elemental charge by picking up those solar elemental wells. On our boots here, we have our melee well maker, so our snap final defeats will help us to create those solar elemental wells, and then because of harmonic siphon, creating those orbs of power, as well as all the solar supers we will be able to pop. We begin health regeneration when we pick up those orbs of power because of better already, and then insulation reduce class ability cooldown when we pick up an orb of power as well. So it's a nice combination to just have some ability spam on top of how we have this build set up already. And then finally, the cream of the crop right here, we have elemental armaments as well as outreach, so reduce melee cooldown when using our class ability. That is why we have so much built out to get our class ability back, as well as our melee ability. So when we throw down our rift, it's just gonna be instant energy with our melee. As you can see, the gameplay absolutely gnarly, how much that we can snap playing with this and create that scorch damage, creating all the orbs of power via our weapons, as well as the supers that we're going to be able to pop from picking up those orbs of power, and then the rifts being able to just throw that down to heal ourselves, stay alive. It is crazy how well this build works. The synergy of the double snap and survivability with getting wells back, as well as our snap ability. Definitely a super fun build for something like Gambit, going in, doing that ad clear again, anything in 6s, even taking this into raids lately since it has been a little dry going in with the same old loadouts. This one right here has been super fun for me. Just got, like I said, that nice new Fortissimo, that shotgun from the Strike playlist, so super excited to see how well that Wellspring pairs with this build as well. So love it. Hopefully you guys too. Definitely check it out for my Warlock mains out there and even my other Guardians. Super fun build. So thank you all again for the support and watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.